السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا. In this demo, I will show you how to make a complete assessment for your course and how to enter the marks for assessment in ASPIR. First of all, you should log in. So after login, you will receive the dashboard for yourself, and you have here the alarm that show you the items that you it's compulsory to enter to complete or to be able to create CAF file. First of all, you need to prepare assessment plan. Assessment plan is very important because it is the guide for your steps here. This assessment plan, simply a file that you write what the assessment items and the weight for each one and the mapping between the questions and the CLOs. For sure, the mapping between CLOs and SOs is straightforward and taken from the course specification, and in fact you don't need to even remember because it is static built in the ASPIR system. So all what you need to remember, the mapping between the CLO and the assessment method. We will read this in a converse way. For example, here I will read that homework assess all CLOs. So homework assess CLO1, CLO2, CLO3, CLO4, CLO5, except CLO6. So it is either to determine which homework that you used to assess, or consider that the homeworks assess each CLO equally, and we will suppose this in our assessment. So I need to build an assessment for homework, an assessment for midterm, an assessment for final, and an assessment for project. So here I have 4 assessments. If I divided the assessment itself to questions, and I can get the mark for each student, so I will enter the number of the questions, and this means that I need to enter the mark for each questions. We will practice this for homework, for example, because the midterm and final exam for most of us is made on blackboard, and in the evaluation center I get 1 column for the mark of the final or the mark for the midterm. So I will assume this, and I will assume also that you build your exam to assess the CLOs equally. So for example, if the midterm exam assess CLO1 and CLO2, I will assume that the 10 marks assigned for assessing CLO1 and other 10 marks assigned to assess CLO2. This means equally. And this is the case for example, for the final exam. So as you see here, the assessment plan is very important. For example, I can hit homework 1 for assess CLO1, homework 2 for CLO2, and till homework 5 to assess CLO5. This means that I will assume that homework will have 5 questions, and there is one-to-one correspondence between each homework and the CLO. So let us build this assessment. So now we go back to the browser, and here is the dashboard as you used to see it. And for sure, from department you will choose assessment, and you will add new assessment. So you need to choose your course ID. خدته خلاص؟ Here is for sure here course ID or course assessment ID, sorry, it is not available because I didn't build any assessment yet. Here for example, I will assume that I will assess this course, and I will choose the type of the exam. It is assignment, and for example it is for section 1983. Here I can enter homework, and the maximum mark here is 20, and number of questions, as I said, it is 5. Here you can enter marks, and here you can enter time, and so on. Whenever you finish this, you just save. Here I made save. It should appear below. So if it doesn't appear, this means that I made some mistakes. So please fill all fields. All fields are compulsory. So which here this assess homeworks. Here I can write homeworks, and then try to save again. Again, it seems that it seems that I have here to select the date. I didn't. So assume that it is here, and this is the time, and again save. So it is succeeded. So I can go to the previous page, or I can go to again to the dashboard. Again, I want to add assessment, another assessment, add new assessment. Be sure that below you see the assessment that you did previously. So now here it is clear that I added an assessment for homework, and the number of questions is 5. So I need to add an assessment for project. So same course, database management system, and here you will find all types of assessment. So, but if I didn't find the name of the assessment that I want to do, here for example the project, there is nothing is called project. So what I can do to choose the nearest one. And here in this case it is participation theory, class participation, for example, or class participation lab. And here again this is the number of section. Here I write the exact name of the assessment project, and the maximum number marks 20, number of questions 1. I will use to assess only CLO6, so it is 1 questions. Here project, if any project, and I will choose the date. The date might be any date, or it might be the date of delivery of the project or discussion of the project, anyway. So, and here I will do save. Okay. Note that the alarm is still 12, all missing. So midterm missing, final exam missing, CLO survey missing, final overall create is missing. So here you need to build an assessment for final exam and an assessment for midterm exam. This means that we enter only these. In fact, we enter whatever types of assessment we did, we enter here. Okay, and as I told you, we need the nearest name for it and put the exact name in its proper place. Here I will build the assessment for final exam. Add new assessment. Here I will select the same course. It is final exam. And here is the num section 1983. Here is final exam. Here the final mark is 20. Number of the questions is 1. Final exam. Exam. And here is a date. We can, here for example, the academic date. Here is academic date is 2018 because we use a demo for the ASPIR, not the actual ASPIR that it will be ready soon. So the date is, for example, and save. Once you do this and go to the dashboard, and you will find here something different. If the ASPIR work properly, you should find this alarm becomes green. Why it is still missing? Because only you designed the assessment. You need to enter the mark the assessment to get green here. So I will add the midterm exam assessment. My plan to enter 4 types of assessment. I already entered 3. Yes, they are here. So I will need to add the last one, the mid exam type, midterm exam. One 983 mid exam. Maximum marks, for example, here 20. Number of questions, if you have separate questions for each CLO, you can easily enter the number of the questions. If no, just enter 1. Remarks, whatever you need to write here, and the date. It might be done in the end of March. Save. This means that I made the plan. The remaining thing is to enter the marks itself, to be sure that I entered the exam. I just go to the add, and in fact, if you want to change anyone or edit any one of them, you can choose, for example, homework, and here you can choose it, and you see it that all options that you did will come here. So if you need to change anything, change it, and at the end click update. Don't click save. In fact, because if you click save, it will add a new assessment with the same name. So avoid this, and when you finish your changes, click update. So now I need to go to the entering the marks, and this is an essential part. Here, enter marks. You just choose the assessment. For example, here is homework, and here you need to enter the number of CLO. I mentioned that I will assess homework with one-to-one correspondence. If you read here, you will find that the instructions how to fill. You need to enter the number of CLOs. If the questions assess more than CLO, you write them and separate each between one CLO and the other using a comma, and you need to enter the maximum mark. You remember that there are 5 homeworks, and each one from up to 4. Total must be 20. And here you enter the marks, for example. By the way, you can come back and complete entering the marks after you save it. Save. So go back to dashboard. Still the alarm is 12. Once you enter all the marks for your students, you will find this reduced by 1. You should find here final exam become green for this section. You can't generate CAP file unless all these 4 becomes green. So now I will go to entering the marks for final exam. Go back again to the assessment plan. Final exam will assess CLO2 ClO4, ClO5. And I entered, as you, if you remember, I entered as one question. So you will get here only one questions. So this will assist 2, 4, and 5. This is how we enter the mapping here. And the maximum mark is 20. And you enter the marks of the student, 20, 19, 13, and so on. And when you finish, save. Once all alarm become green for a specific course, you will find it okay. So this is the first one. This is compulsory, and now it has become green. When you finish midterm exam, it will become green. Enter the survey results, it become also green, and final overall grades you should enter. So you can generate CAF file. So in this demo, I explained how we can make it very light to enter the marks and make our assessment, despite we have different assessment methods. So if it is discussion or presentation or anything else, just decide to which how will you divide the number of the questions and distribution of marks and which CLOs will be assessed. And I advise you, if you didn't assign a specific part of the mark to assess a given CLO, make them 1 mark and just decide to which CLOs will be assessed using this assessment. Thank you for listening. I hope this was useful for you. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.